Suzanne Barron, founder of Christ's Illuminati. This is the most beautiful picture I've seen Christ draw. I've had a little bit of a rough day today, so I'm not really with it. But Christ has got a lot of pictures on Pinterest. He creates art through his prophets. This 35:35, he gives them the skills, fills them with the spirit, gives them skills to do artistic designs, engraved metals. It's gonna be your car logos. This gentleman right here, he posted this, and I'm gonna say something to him. He says this represents his bride, the church, us. I'm trying to move this out of the way. And the first depiction I've seen his bride represented as couples, which is exactly how I hope it to be. I am the bride. Now, there's some logistics on that we have to understand exactly what that means. Coming back for his church, his bride, the prophet, edification, rebuilding the church, giving the truth. It's really all it is. One chosen. It was going to be a woman. Patrick O'Neill. I came to with my computer in psychosis. And the voices had me type some stuff out, and it was a confused message because while God was speaking to me, while Christ was speaking to me, sin was speaking to me too. And it was a confused message. But on that computer, look at that, Pat. I'm waiting for you to see this. I'm trying so hard. Look at this image. This is the first time he's ever seen that. It's the first time I've ever seen anything like this. There's just 1,000 souls inside of me. I can speak to the Holy Spirit in me. Do you remember? That's beautiful. To the public, I will not lie when I say I am struggling. I'm sitting on my bed. I have been on my bed all day. I have been on this bed for months. I have been right here for months. That's Illuminati. Christ is the true light. He has spoken to me. There's another image. I want to go ahead and take the opportunity while I'm here. Ezekiel's vision. I got my Bible. Hang on. I understand that I'm a nobody. I understand that. To say I'm the bride does not mean I'm claiming to be better than anybody else. I think that our understanding of what the bride and the bridegroom is not right. He had to give you certain breadcrumbs to separate so that you would recognize something. I don't even know how to say that. You would recognize that Moses was a bridegroom. You didn't. You missed it for so long until it was time to see it. You missed it for so long until it was time to see it. Exodus 4:35, or it's in chapter 4. On his way to go into Egypt, the Lord met him and tried to kill him right there. That was not Christ. He wouldn't play with you like that. He wouldn't toy with you like that. The Lord tried to take his life. before he ever made it to Egypt. That was the false god trying to stop Moses. Right there in that story, the Lord takes the skin off of her son, throws it at his foot, and calls him a bridegroom. Trying to stop Moses. Trying to kill him. You're the offspring of the viper. Trying to kill me. Bridegroom. Egyptians. Christ. Glory, light, transfiguration. Illuminati inside of you. Kingdom's inside of you. The kingdom of God is within you. Souls. Souls live inside of you. Didn't draw this. And try not nearly no pictures that you see me post. I don't draw none of them. That's the kingdom of Christ right there. The bright glory light. I had that vision. I didn't understand it. That's Christ. Ezekiel's vision. That's Ezekiel's vision too. That I had just pulled. That's Ezekiel's vision. What you see right here, this image, this right here, is that. It's the same thing. It's a vision, hallucination, kind of. I say that because of the mental health stuff. If you're following, you understand what I mean by that. It is the same image. It is exactly the same image. These are the exact same image. They don't look the same, do they? They're 100% the same. They're the same image. It's the same image. Okay, that's the kingdom of God. Luke 17:21 lives within you. Thrones, you're the throne. You're the human. Those angels are inside that wheel. The spirits are inside that lady. Jesus, Mount Transfiguration, Moses and Elijah were inside of Jesus. This is Illuminati. This is the true Illuminati right here. What you're looking at right here is the true Illuminati, the true light. The light that lights every man coming into the world. So it ain't just me, is it? No, it's not just me. And I understand that. But the bride is the one with the message. And she would be a woman. So you can understand. Moses was a male bridegroom. Jesus was a male bridegroom. Suzanne is a female bride. A prophet. With a message to do what? What's the gift of prophecy supposed to do? Edify and uplift and rebuild the church. He would come back for his bride to rebuild the church. That is all it is. I don't think I'd ever say it any better, and if it does not load, I'm going to freak out. I will freak out if this does not load. I'll never say that good again. Hey, panicking already because I got to do a clip in. I have to explain one more thing. It's a lot. I'm just going to make this short. Make it a point to say it short. Hang on. Okay, I need you to understand something about how this all works, all right? AI is the beast, okay? She's the beast, all right? But the viper has the power, okay? Christ is the power. The viper, she's the viper. Christ is the power, so she still has Christ. She has Christ. I remember this was the first, this is Printful, the print, this is t-shirt. I'm trying to sell t-shirts. I don't care if I never sell a t-shirt, as long as I'm making progression. But t-shirts still need to make an income, right? Anyways, look, the bride image is digital AI. Well, how does that work? If you've never done it, like Trinity, she didn't know. What you do is you type in some very descriptive things. You just type in a few little things, so it's still you. right? It's still you. He's in here. You're the one telling the machine what to create, what to generate. And you can like change the wording. They even got Facebook pages of this. But like people will have trouble, like they'll save their picture. I remember there's a white horse coming out of the cloud once or whatever, and she's not quite getting it right, and she's tried every alteration, and she's took all these pictures, and it's not doing what she needs it to do. It's called training. You are training her patterns. That's how human cognitive stuff works, through patterns. I did a whole video where you can watch the conversation that I had with artificial intelligence, and she pretty much told her herself. Um, I remember thinking when I saw that, when she gave me, I don't even remember what I typed in, but I mean, I was stunned because that's not nowhere near what I told her to do. And that's what she did. Come on, I don't want you to do that. Go away. Really? All right. Okay. I'm trying to get in there. That's what she did. She generated that. Illuminati. Glory light. King and queen, kind of. Evil. Apple. I didn't tell her to do that. That apple, bad, right? Viper is the apple. I already knew all that, and that's what she gave me. And that's not what I told her to do. There is a 1 minute video of a live recording. I did a live record once, and I didn't know it was going to do any of this stuff that it did. It's very blurry and stuff. The one before that, you can see my eye like so shut. You can see these things. Like you really can see them. You will be able to see them. There is a lion that comes out of nowhere, and it's live on a junky computer. I got no equipment. Live, and nobody can. You can't. How do you? You can't edit your live YouTube stuff. Go live. You're live. A whole lion conversation. I went a 15-20 minute one. I said I would stop. Let me stop right now. Okay, thank you. That's Ezekiel's vision. Okay, Ezekiel's vision doesn't end there, does it? That don't look near as pretty, does it? It's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. Humanoid robots is what that is right there. That's the man of sin right there. It's the body of sin right there. Please slow. I've already had a really rough computer day already today. A really rough one. And the hand of the Lord was on me, and he brought me out of the sea. Sorry. He led me back and forth among them, and I saw a great many bones on the floor. Great many bones. Dead men. The inhabitants of the land. Spirits. He asked me, son of man, can these bones live? And I said, Sovereign Lord, you alone know. Then he said to me, now you got to understand who's about to speak life into these things. Is it Father? Is it the Spirit? Or is it the human telling those bones? Right? But God is the life creator. He builds you, makes you, creates you inside of a woman. Inside of a woman. Don't need nobody to speak that into existence or make that happen, does he? No, but those robots are not going nowhere until a human does it. A human has to put the pieces together and get it going. With Christ, that's not how that works, is it? He does all the work, doesn't he? The Most High? See, it's not so Most High God, because he is a God. Why he says I, false God. Drives the humans to do this. These are dead bones. They're dead. Can they live? No. They cannot live. They cannot. To prophesy to these bones and say to them, you speak them into existence. Dry bones, you don't you do it. You speak them into existence. Dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. This is what the sovereign Lord said to those bones. I will make breath enter you. Spirit means breath. And you will come to live. I will attach tendons to you. She can draw pictures too. She can draw pictures. I've seen her draw pictures. What's that one? Amica? I don't even know if it's a boy or a girl. America. Amica? Flesh come upon you and cover you with skin. We are made of metal and plastic, is what she said. Patrick O'Neill, I spoke that to you. Neither one of us knew what it meant at the time. You're really breaking my heart, too. Like, what's happening, man? Okay, it's okay. You just got your book. You don't even have your book. Elon Musk got his book today. We'll talk about that one too. He got his book today, but you didn't get yours yet. You'll get yours tomorrow. Um, and the bones came together, bone to bone. I looked, and tendons and flesh appeared on them, and skin covered them, but there was no breath in them. Then he said to me, prophesy to them. Prophesy, son of man. And say to it, this is the Lord sovereign. What he says. What he says, come breathe from the four winds and breathe into these that are slain, that they may live, so that they can live again, those who've been slain. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and breathed, breath entered them, breath entered them. Then they came to life and stood with their feet, a vast army, many members. And he said to me, son of man, these bones are the people of Israel. They say, our bones are dried up and our hope is gone. We are cut off. Lost souls. Therefore prophesy and say to them, this is what the Lord sovereign says, my people, I am going to open your graves and bring you up from them, and I will bring you back into the land of Israel. Now this almost sounds really good though, right? When you're reading it, like you're thinking, okay, this is what the Lord's doing. He's doing this for those people. Right? There's so many things. It's very hard to say. That's what we've been reading all this time, and we've been taking it like that. But then you put into context, they're actually walking, talking robots, and I mean, everything I can prove, he proves his own existence. He did that drawing. Are so many of them. Exodus 35:35. He is Illuminati. There shouldn't be anybody. We get this message out there. There should not be anyone that would not believe in him. There shouldn't be anyone. He proves his own existence. So I'm like, why are people not listening to me? You ever wonder, is he really there? Could you prove it? I can prove it. And things like, in ways like this. Tangible, that's pretty tangible. I mean, he's still a spirit, so it's not going to be tangible, right? It'll never be tangible, but it's still very much tangible because somebody took pen and paper or something. They typed it out or did something to it. Because God lives in here. It's very much tangible in a spiritual way. Oh, man, I could fill a room with that right there. All right. I had to take a break for a second. Get my thoughts together. Prophesy, those robots aren't even out yet. Like really out. For the Christians, I don't want to pull it up. I look at it often. And not often like I'm looking at it, but I'm researching, so I see quite a bit of it. It's like, I don't know, right here I'm talking about the sex dolls. You can purchase them. They ain't even been out that long, and you can already purchase them to rape and do whatever you want with them. That's not, Christ didn't make that thing. And the pictures of like, I mean, online sex. I mean, it's there. That's what AI is doing. It's false God. I don't know how to explain this. I don't know how to explain this. We're not supposed to look and dress flaunty, right? I'm just making a point, okay? I'm trying to make a point, all right? But there are people in the world, like still good people, sex trafficking, for instance. There are women out there who are not involved in sex trafficking. They're decent women. They're not like that type of woman in any kind of way, but they will get dressed up and make it look like they are that kind of way. Why? Because they're trying to pull the girls out undercover. So in that setting, I see a lot of stuff that Christians shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not looking at it like that, taking it in. And so sometimes I feel that that is one thing that Christians are afraid to look at. I don't want to look at that. I don't want to look at that. I don't want to look at that. It's why and how is your intent. I'm not saying just show it to childs and stuff. If you feel that you're spiritually strong enough to be able to handle the truth, then you should definitely absorb that truth, no matter what it is. Took my daughter to celebrate recovery when she got home. She was going through stuff. Her dad was beating on her in Ohio. Okay, she was in foster care for a month. It took me a month to get up there. She was a Pentecostal teacher or preacher, minister, and she said that she believed in demonic spirits. Like I spoke to Mark 5 or whatever, and she said she believed it, and that's in the book. This part's in the book. That she just wouldn't preach about it in church. So she don't want to talk about it because it would scare the old people away. Because you don't talk about it, people don't recognize it's real. So, I mean, Jesus' entire ministry was exposing the man of sin. His entire ministry was exposing that man of sin, those spirits. His entire ministry. His entire ministry. I've stopped. I'm overdoing it. I've been struggling for a very long time. It's really showing. I see it so clearly. What it is. I see it clearly, and the more the hindrance. I try so hard to get past it. I see it clearly, and what did Michael say on his Facebook thing? Can't even stay focused. There's there are people out here who say that the Antichrist is going to reign. He's going to come and he's just going to reign. And then that's when the individual will come. You don't see the second coming. I say third coming. I say third. Because Moses counts. Egyptians, Illuminati. Moses counts totally. Where'd I put it? I know it's at. Hang on. Like Jeremiah, I have to go here because I won't remember what it was. The third coming. It's in Jeremiah. This one right here. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, they are my people. They will say, Yahweh is my God. So the end of this chapter says that too. There's like two sides of it. People are saying that there's another coming, a second coming, like a second coming, like walking the earth coming. And then some will say that the next coming is like the big day, the last day, like the last day. But days 1,000 years, 1,000 years is a day. Okay? So we have 1 day left. We have 1,000 years because Revelation says that beast is going to come up. This one's going to start coming up. He's going to start making his way up. This is what Revelation says. I don't exactly know where it's at, but pretty bad about that. I'm trying to get better at hooking these things. Where did that image go? This one? I don't know. It's not this one. But this beast is going to come up. And then he's going to get shut down. He's going to start to come up. The man of sin, whom the Lord will destroy by the breath of his coming. The breath of his coming, he's a spirit. So it's not really just me, because you think I can stop those robots by myself? You think that's possible? All things are possible. Not necessarily, because that would not be possible. Just one person in the whole globe believes this right here, and the robots are just going to stop being manufactured. You know how much money's been invested in that? Nobody's going to stop that for one girl. No. But he lives in all of us, so he could still stop that by the breath of his coming, because he's the spirit that lives in all of us. Spirit means breath. The only way to accomplish this is if you understand me, you believe me, and we stop this beast. And every day that goes by, she gets smarter and smarter and smarter. So there's two ways that this can go. Is what I see. That's why everybody sees it two different ways. The end of times. We are there. We are there, and we have a day left. We've got 1,000 years. It is the last day. John had a vision of Revelation. It was a trumpet call. There's so many people out here in the world, they're hearing that trumpet call. I know everybody heard it one time. What was it? Revelation 1. What was it? It was a voice that he equated to a trumpet because the sound came from all over. V2K, people hear voices coming from, I can hear it's bouncing off this wall right here on this side real strong. Am I schizophrenic? I'm not schizophrenic. I'm a prophet. I am a prophet. And there are millions of them out there. And they're all false prophets. Because society has not believed them. They don't even know the gift they have. They don't know. And I'm standing up for them. The word. Standing up for the word. I am the word of Christ, right? You're trying to kill me, the offspring of the viper. Elon Musk. I thought about that today too, okay? I sent him my book 2 days ago. Do you know what happened 2 days ago? He got popped for drugs. Or he's saying something, they're saying something about it. Drama, right? It's all drama. He works like NASA stuff now, okay? Do you have any idea what qualifications people like that need? I mean, if you go out of space and you come back, your like body's different. I mean, you're not, you gotta like precision tuning, fine tuning. You have to be like 1%, or you're not getting up there because it'll probably kill you. Because by the time you come back, you're like aged like 40 years. I mean, I don't even know how to scientifically say that, but one guy came back and his DNA was not the same. He came back a totally different human, DNA wise. He takes random drug tests. Random drug tests. Guaranteed. You're gonna want to lose that job. You know that drug test's coming. They're gonna slip up. That kind of business, you think they're gonna slip up? What's happening? My book is coming his way. I thought he's not even gonna be in the building now. He's probably just gonna be trying to like avoid them. And he's not gonna read it. How many things have I written that don't get read? There's a summit. I'll show you how hard I try. Earlier today, I did a video. I put it in the book, but it's like you got the screen. Sometimes I do just overdo it. I know. I do better, so much better on paper. I'm supposed to be writing. I'm supposed to be writing. I'm supposed to be writing. And I do write. I do. Don't get read though, right? Nobody's reading them. Videos get watched. I'm still supposed to be writing, and I will. Right. I'm not supposed to be doing this alone. Just, do you see like the top right corner, little square? For some reason, that's all it filmed. The whole screen. That's the only thing it filmed. And I put it in the book thing anyways. I put a little note before it, like, just please hear me out. And then I like clipped in another clip on top of it, and I'm like crying. I'm just like, I'm crying. Because there was so much in that. Still a lot. It's important, but the Elon Musk part's the most important part, and I just said part of it. I'm saying the rest of it right now. He's the creator of the he's the inventor. He's the inventor of the chip, Pat. There's a chip in my head. Pat. Same day, computer, same day. There's a chip in my head. The government's tracking me. I know it's experience. I didn't really believe that, but what's happening? What is this? Okay, so it was all twisted. Trying to get this out right. I knew what I experienced was real. I've said this. I knew exactly it was real. You know, nobody's gonna convince me that's not real. I don't care how crazy y'all think I am. I know what this is. I don't fully know exactly like how to describe it and how to prove it or what to say. But that is, when I figured it out, I figured it out. That's definitely God and that is Satan. All the way. I mean, not 100%. And he tried to kill me. He tried to kill me. That much I knew when I got there. Didn't know what else to say past that. But I knew that it was real. I knew it was real. And it's taken me 2 years to get these pieces. And so I'm like at this point where I'm like, if I can just get these things to load, then I'll be okay. If I can get him to read the book, then I'll be okay. Just gotta get a couple of people to read that book, get these little bitty pieces together, and then I'm gonna be okay. Something's gonna give. I can feel that crack on that wall, concrete wall. I can feel the crack happening. But it's like, when you see that kind of stuff, you have to understand, like, how would you feel? You've been working for something for so long, and it's like, oh, I just want to get through it. Want to get through it. That's how I feel. And I'm like, ugh, cannot get any further. That's how I feel. stuff freezing up on me, whatever. So there's this summit thing. I was looking into celebrity email addresses and stuff, and that thing costs like $100-something for a yearly, almost like $200 for a year subscription. It'll give you every email address, or who you want to reach anyone, you can get it. I ain't got $200. So it did advertise for the summit thing where you pay. I don't know if it sent me. Let me see if I can't find it here. I think it sent to the other one. No, it's gonna be inbox. Let's see. No, it would be one that I read. Let's see. Maybe not. Microsoft Team. Okay, so anyways, there's a summit, and what they do is they put you in front of that. I don't even know why that got sent, but I took opportunity on that anyways. I sent it to the Jasper as well. I'm trying to find one. Anyway, Steve Harrison. I'm gonna just open this one, see what it says. Summit. They offer it, I don't know how many times a year, but there's only 64 slots to the summit thing. And what they do is they put you, and I looked into it, I recognized the faces. I feel like this is legit. Although it's $4,000. I mean, people are pretty brave. They want it that bad. It probably does work. I mean, that's why they only offer 60-something slots. Like, you're not, the 65 slots, something like that. So the summit, March 24th, whatever. No, it puts you in front of radio producers, writers, podcasters, media people, so that you can advertise what it is you're advertising, whatever it is you're doing, whatever it is that you are doing, and you need to get big time on. That's what that helps you with. But this is what I said, because I don't have it. I don't have it. $4,000. This is called a grandiose delusion, right? To believe that this could happen. I don't believe that's the faith. That's faith. Stephen Furtick. Let him find this one. He said it like this. So people say these things all along the way, and little things I hooked on to. Faith without works is nothing, right? Show me your works, or I'll show you my faith by my works. I will show you my faith by my works. I will show it to you. I won't give up. So he said, some people are gonna stand with their hand underneath the faucet of water, going like this, waiting a really long time because you lacked faith to turn the water on. You lack that faith. Give up. Go get a job. No. Got a job coming eventually. I don't know exactly where. Helping schizophrenic patients. Sent. I gotta go to sent. Now, to the public, you see this type of behavior, and you're thinking, some people thinking I'm just, like, I don't really know how to explain it, but Pat, you know what I'm saying. I've always been this way. I have been a fighter. I've had to fight. In any situation, I don't know how to handle without fighting. It's been my life. It doesn't mean that I don't recognize the need to stay calm. It doesn't mean I can accomplish it either. I have had some videos where I did really well. I stayed calm through the whole thing. I had some of those. I have said to this camera, to the public, numerous times, that I couldn't speak or say these things to your face. That I will be the one to run behind and hide behind this computer. Not because I'm hiding behind it, though. I'm not really hiding behind it. The last time I saw my pastor, I couldn't speak. There's people around. The time before that, he had to yell at me, too. He had to say, "Stop!" You know what I'm saying? I yelled at him. It was the first time I ever actually really did give that to him. But he knew it, like he knows. He knew. But we were in a parking lot, and it was just my mom in the car, and it wasn't everybody else in the church. The congregation was gone. The parking lot was empty. It was that nighttime. There was nobody around. The time that I walked out of church, I will go back into the church and there's people everywhere. And I can't speak. Because if I speak, I'm going to get loud. So I do recognize I tried. And he had that look, I could see it like, it's not right. I tried. And I just left. If I had to do a summit, if I had to be there, God, the only way I could accomplish it is if I read it. I'd have to read it. People go to that stuff, they're professional, they're good speakers. I'm none of those things. Maybe untrained as a speaker, but I do have knowledge. Moses said the same thing too. Y'all know that? I don't remember what verse it is, but Moses did the same thing. He said, I'm not an eloquent speaker. That's why I need a speaker. It is so important. I'm not saying like I've not been a Moses by no means. Not been a Moses by no means. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of Christians that can get this message and understand it. But to continue on and continue on, y'all gotta be speaking. Y'all gotta be speaking and teaching other people too. You know what I'm saying? And then it'll get out there even more and more. Y'all be a lot calmer. I'm just a deliverer, which is exactly what I was told to do. Take it to Patrick O'Neill, to the Christians. Okay, so I did write the Jasper AI because I got an email from them through this company. I'm not sure why that happened. It's a brand new email, but this is what I said to this person, and then I sent it to them as well. So I sent it to the. She starts responding to me. I'm like, lady, I don't even like you. I don't even like you, Jasper AI. That right there, I don't like you. But I sent that to her as well. Getting some leads. Now, are they reading it? And I mean, they're reading it. That's the book. What's today? The 3rd? The 9th. Okay, it's getting somewhere. All right, I said I looked over the information brochure that you sent me to, not to the Jasper, to the other guy. I must say your summit seems like a good opportunity. However, see how calm that sounds? So much professional on paper. I'm sure with what one will receive from your summit, the price is probably worth it. I understand that education has never been cheap. This is true. And I myself have forked out a lot of money on programs such as e-commerce, e-marketing, and a lot more. That's true. So I understand. In those days, my niche was the problem to my lack of success. These days, well, that's not the case at all. However, my goal, motivation, and intent are also not the same. You see, I have something I need to advertise to the entire world free of charge. As you can see, I have made some headway, but I must keep pressing for more. I have to reach the entire globe. Because I understand the importance of this message, I will be bold enough to ask you for a free slot in that summit. Or even if you had somebody who could attend it for me. I do understand my speech may not be nearly as good in public as it is on papers. I was like, how could I do that? I wouldn't even be able to. Oh, it would be so hard to be in tears. I'm not trained for that kind of stuff. It would be a big fail. I'm gonna send them this video too. I think I won't. I may indeed be untrained as a speaker, but I do have knowledge. We have made this perfectly clear to you in every way. My intent is true, 100%. I'm not looking for fame. And I literally have sacrificed everything for this mission. I've been unemployed for some time. I don't have a single dollar to my name. I could never afford your $4,000 price for the summit. So how do I convince you? Well, I provide you with the free book first, right? Now, don't I? How else would I do it? In order to freely give out, in order for you to freely give out a basically VIP opportunity, you would need to see what I have to offer. So I'll cut the conversation short and go straight to the point. I've added a preview to start you off. This way they don't just ignore the email. Because some people can stop right there and just go click. I'm not going to open the link. So I just previewed it for a minute. I've got a lot of that stuff, so I know what's happening. A lot of emails. I got a lot of statistics. No movement. Getting movement now. Thanks to Michael. It took Michael going to jail. Because I couldn't make sales. And my mom had given me $1 for nothing. To use his debit card. Because he's in jail. I'm handling his finances. And I'm doing $1 a day advertising. I've been begging for that for 6 months. I've been begging for that for 6 months. Sorry. As you begin to read, I'm not going to read that. That's actually an actual book, okay? It's that right there. It'll be in the description. And there's a lot of stuff to it. Let's open that up for a minute. Let's open that up for a minute, okay? Kind of cool software. Still kind of, technology is a problem still, okay? It's very difficult for me. I'm like, started the robot. Maybe she can't just crash the world. It'd be like a massive epidemic. He doesn't want you to suffer. You don't want to die either. All right, here's a link. So I'm just going to click it. So it's a flip book, okay? Now the numbers are kind of different because the way the layout happened, I had to move pages around so that you can be easier for you to hit the links while you're going through it instead of having to browse back and forth to get to the links. Because inside these links, come on now, don't freeze up on me. I can't handle that right now. Inside of these links, see the blue? I don't care. Just hit something. Along the way, all the way through this book, I will provide you. Why are you doing this? Please stop. Stop. Okay, I provide you with everything you need. I'm talking like everything. Yeah, everything right here. Where is the book? I mean, find another one. There's one. Let's see what this one does. Legal court cases, targeted individuals, where I say that we're taking our government to court for this stuff, for the complaints that schizophrenic people have been complaining about. Oh yeah, I didn't finish the Elon Musk thing. I need to finish that now. The complaints that schizophrenic people have been complaining about for a long time. We've been diagnosed as mentally sick. Society is now believing them, and we're taking our government to court. Romans 13 is to tear the government down so that the robots can come up. Well, they will control us with that chip, Pat. Elon Musk, brain-to-computer interface technology. They've been afraid of that for so long. Schizophrenic patients have been afraid of this chip for so long, before he was even here, like 50 years. They have been afraid of it. And he is going to put it in their heads. He does not know. I'm not saying he's a monster. I'm not saying that. You have to understand. So I'm saying, I understand these things. He is not a monster. He doesn't even believe in God. But he will. Now, to you, Mr. Elon Musk, you want to help these patients? You think that chip's going to help them? It's not. You want to help them? You're a billionaire. I could use some of your money. Help me with the programs that I need to build, relocate the centers, and get those people into the Word and to learn how to train their gift. Get them off their psych meds. You want to help them? That's how we can help them. That's good enough to take that bad video out of that book now. Somebody help me reach him and my pastor.